Okay.
apparently we hit 2,000 hours this year.
Whoa.
You mean lifetime?
Yeah, like lifetime
Wow.
broadcast or played or whatever.
That's
it was
like
2,000 hours this year, which is
a year.
83 days. Right? Like we are
That's a
a
lot.
year away from being able to turn on Desert Bus for 3 months straight, which is absurd.
That's too much time. I'm going
My
to say it.
life.
That's too much. That's too much Desert Bus. I'm sorry. I'm calling it here.
Too many.
That's
So,
it. All right,
let's show.
We're just
Actually, that's-
restreaming from Desert Bus 1 onwards from now. We're just looping every 14 years.
We should
Right.
go back to all of our first, because obviously most of the lure people would be in the first one, but like I want to see everyone's first appearance, because even mine is more than 10 years ago now, or whatever.
That'd be really interesting.
Oh,
I
I'm
kind
sure
of
it just
Gorgeous
cringe
story.
o'clock.
love that
like,
idea.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm just grabbing crud
Oh,
off my
of
shelf and
course.
selling it for our.
I mean, that's actually my first
Pig
memory of you.
sweetener,
You'd
is
be
that
like,
what we
what do
call
I
them?
have in this room that I could auction off? Here, and you grab something off your shelf.
That happened.
Yeah.
That happened twice.
There's some good moments. Wow. I'm just thinking of, God, we've been doing this show for a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been 67 seconds since the VST heard your request, and it is already completed.
I
I'm
In
sure
gift form. Here's
Actually?
3,000 hours of gifts. Enjoy.
Okay, so I also would like to know when the first time I appeared on camera. That one's harder, because I would have been in the background.
yeah,
Because
that's the
my
same.
first year was just, I think, yeah, Surgeon, you and I were both like working, taking
Were
out
you
the garbage.
5 or 6, Liz?
I think I was actually like 28 at the time. No.
But you were also, did you also first
Uh-huh.
come on as a site manager though, right?
I did a little bit the first year. God, that must have been 2012. It was right after I left Reed Pop, and then I was only there for a few days. Oh, I remember riding over with Uber Beth.
I'm back.
Wow. And then I wrote like a blog post and just did some work, and then was only there for a few days. And then the next year I came back as a site manager. But I think the year that I came, I was like, I'm all in. And so I like pulled out my Rolodex and I was like, I never ask you celebrities for anything. This is your moment. You can say no to these sick children. Also, here's a picture of me with cancer. You know, I was like, and if you don't cry, you're a monster. So I think we got like
It's very persuasive.
Mystery Science Theater people. That was the first year of Phil Plate.
I remember I talked to Neil Gaiman. That was sweet.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman, Grant Imahara. Like it was.
I mean,
was pretty
yeah,
awesome.
if you go back and look at the call sheet for Desert Bus like 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
we had like
it was
8
ridiculous.
call. No, it wasn't even not even just the who. It was just the sheer number.
my
Oh,
gosh.
right.
We, got
We had
a,
like
we jumped a
7 or
shark.
8 people calling in a day every like 20 minutes. It felt
Yeah,
like it was
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
absurd.
It also, it also took us a while. I mean, there's also the fun thing about, you know, the how we like just holding up the phone to the microphone and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff
Oh,
before we
man,
actually figured out
early
how to
days.
do like Skype calls.
Modern
I kinda do
technology.
miss-
I was
Oh,
begging you,
Johnny.
please, can I set up Skype for this? And Graham's like, I'll just hold my phone up to the
You're
microphone.
like, no.
And he's like, I was like, no, I'll set up Skype. And because of that, and don't worry, I'm not going to abuse this list. I have the wildest Skype contact list you would imagine.
Oh yeah, Oh, that's right. We talked about that. As is my email for my G chat when everyone was using that would autofill, and I'd be like, how did I get Joss Whedon on? But you know what? Never mind. Like
And
hide, block. I don't want to accidentally do anything.
And also, you wanted all of these people to have a phone number to call if there was a problem technically. So you're like, okay, you need to have all of these people's phone numbers in your phone. And so I've iCloud contacts, they just keep on moving from phone to phone. So I have all these people still in my phone. Every once in a while, I'll be searching for someone and be like, Neil Gaiman, what the heck do I have a contact for Neil Gaiman for?
But dial him while you're in the stall, and that'll be a great story for someone's kids.
I already make mistakes of being on microphone when I'm not supposed to. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's a bridge too far.
Oh man,
Done.
yeah. Remember, like we thought more call-ins were better, and then we looked at the math and we're like, "That's so weird. Everyone's watching a call-in. They stopped donating when people call in."
Yeah.
Hmm.
We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And I mean, the problem we always have with Desert Bus is that we learned all sorts of interesting things and we set it up and try to improve things every year and things. But almost all of the things we learn for Desert Bus don't actually apply to anything else. So like when other charities like come to us and are like, hey, help trying to get advice and things, we can tell them what we do. It's kind of like Loading Ready Run in that way. Like we could say what we do, but that probably won't be that useful.
Well, there are some things that like I've had people reach out to me, like world builders reached out to me like, hey, our things aren't doing well, and it was their fundraisers online weren't doing as well, and so some basic tips of what we learned about like donation drives when everyone's able to just give a little that actually gets people excited and included and
I
stuff
think
like
that
that.
was Jared
So-
that first came up with that idea, just like randomly for a thing.
The donation drive.
Yeah. If you look at the graphs, you can tell what year. Well, I started participating and also Surge, but also donation drives. Who can tell what it was that
Who can tell?
increased?
I mean, at the same time, I brought in catering food. Maybe everybody's better nourished. That's why we started raising
Oh
more
my
money.
gosh.
Who can tell? Correlation, causation.
That was
Yeah.
the year. Because that was the year I was full time. Because the after doing events and coming in for a short window, the year that there was the last year of no catering, and people were like fighting over power bars and leading passive aggressive notes of just like, this is my sandwich. Like,
The
I was like, but we raised so much money, guys. Why can't you just eat?
I'd show up at 6 a.m. There'd be pasta sauce that had been just sitting on a counter for 40 hours.
It's still
Beej would
good.
be coming up, still looking at it hungrily, being like, I could probably eat it. Beej, no.
Well, Desert Bus has constantly been in the and I think it's very laudable that we're really not interested in the money that we raise going to anything other than Child's Play. And so we have this mental block of like, we shouldn't spend any money on anything because if we do have some extra money, we should just give it towards Child's Play, right? And so for years, we just kind of didn't spend money on anything to make the show better,
Muffin.
including food. And then someone was like, I could just get you some food if you want, and we're like, just give it to Child's Play. They're like, no, you should probably eat.
there's
important to
there's a
invest in
balance
it.
that has to be hit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's certain things that a small amount of money in one place makes a much better circumstance
Right.
than another
Yeah,
place.
Right. I
reliable
mean,
food was definitely the big like aha moment for a lot of people. It's like, oh, maybe we should spend a little money on
Right.
stuff.
I mean, it's
Spending-
We didn't have
cliche.
to have teller phone in and send us pizzas.
Like it's cliche as all hell, but you got to spend money to make money is very true. Like it's not a lie.
Yeah.
And yeah, for what it's worth, Child's Play. Not only, I mean, we're a fundraiser, we're not a charity, but Child's Play as a charity is also on the extremely lean end of the spectrum in terms of administration
Yeah,
costs and things.
I would imagine our percentage of administration costs is got to be like a tiny decimal of a percentage point, right? Like it's so small.
It's actually
Yeah.
kind of embarrassing.
Less. I mean, even less this year, to be honest. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Right.
I have something to tell you about that, James. Maybe later.
ah, crap.
Is it about a computer?
Johnny
James,
bought a
you
car.
owe me $3,000.
Yeah. Johnny bought a car.
But
I
Don't worry
had
about
a technical problem that only money would solve, and so I solved it.
good. You.
But like,
The
how
exact-
much money, Johnny?
Like, what kind of order of magnitude are you looking for
Well-
information on? Like,
I mean,
less than a
is it-
car for sure.
Less than renting a venue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So like sub 4-figure.
Oh yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know
then,
what this
yeah,
is
whatever.
about, and I am annoyed at Johnny after talking to him on the phone yesterday that you didn't do this sooner.
Wait, no, okay, now I need to know what you're talking about.
It's kind of inside baseball, but okay. We had like something not work, and I was like, you know what? A new computer will fix this, so I rented one.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
Wait, where'd you rent a computer?
You can rent a computer?
It's
very
Turns out
difficult
from
it's
certain
really
to find.
hard. It's actually really hard to rent a computer, and
Yeah.
and even if you can find a rental computer,
Just should have bought a computer.
yeah, maybe all the places that I talked to, they're like, yeah, we used to do that, but COVID, and it's really hard, so we're not doing it anymore. So like, yeah, I and also like, because we wanted to get this done right away, we didn't want to ship something, and almost all these places either one have a central location that they ship from, or two, they want to like rent you 10 or for 3 years. And it's like, no, I just need one computer
Yeah.
for like 4 days and in the city that it's in. Do you have anything? And they're like, no, we can't help you. So anyway, I found something, so it's all good.
It's
Yay.
fine. You just didn't sleep. It's great.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's only because our computers are what's keeping this entire stream running. I'm sure investing in
and
one
it's in
would
your
have.
house, Johnny.
No.
I'm gonna unplug it when I come up later.
No,
No,
it's-
no, my
Aw.
computer's fine. It was there's no way you can rent a computer in Nanaimo.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I could probably
Yeah.
I actually worked on a election campaign, and I tried to rent a computer, and it was way cheaper just to buy one, right? But like, we're talking a high-end computer, so that's way more difficult. But
Right.
luckily, the area that I was dealing with, there's lots of like TV production, so getting a high-end computer was a little easier. So
Fair.
it's all good. Well, hopefully, Map and I will find out after this shift.
Oh no.